Alright, welcome guys. For today, it's not a race video, it's just a video I made, the same thing I made when I was in using the G29. Today I'm just gonna be try to talk through how I went from PS5 to a PC with went from G29 to a moza R9. And to start with, let's go in. So as you can see, let's make it a quick turn of what I have here, real quick. So you have my PS5 right there. The cable is not long enough to get to that. And you have my PC right there now. So I mainly use my PC as you can see. And I don't have anything else mainly. So it's here the Mozart R9. I'm gonna come back to it later and show you really how to set it up. So what I had before as a, a setup, like let's talk about my new PC to start with. So the spec is more like this one, as you can see. It's a Intel i7, as you can see, 1470, which is not bad. It came with a 32 RAM, but I add an extra 16 to make it 48, which is not bad because I'm streaming in the same time as playing iRacing and F1. And in terms of graphic card, let's move here. Here you go. So my graphic card, as you can see, let me show. So I'm using 4 screen, which mainly 1 to 3 screen, a small screen for dashboard, and a 2 more screen for streaming, and a big TV, a 55-inch TV that I'm mainly playing on. And in terms of it's a graphic card, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4060 Ti, which is enough to handle everything I just throw at it, and with the processor with it, it's working perfectly fine. So that's just a new upgrade, and it did not cost me a lot, like around I would say 1200. I would say as Best Buy during the December sales. So if you have that, that may be not bad. So my previous setup, as you can see, is a G29, looking like this one, which was just FGT Lite seat and G29. It can handle it very well, but once you move to a moza, this FGT Lite is not enough because it's gonna be shaking a lot. So I moved from that to this, I would say. So which is more strong rig, I would say, and the moza is right here and different few stuff which I can come in detail later. So first of all, I'm gonna show you the moza, which is right here in real life, right here, as you can see. Behind it, there is a buttons right here next to it. As you can see, this button power. You just I use it once I'm done playing and everything. I'm just gonna use it to turn it off, which is better because the moza consume power, not bad. You have the pedals right here, as you can see. I only have two pedals, power and brakes. And for the clutch, I use a button on the wheel. The wheel itself, as you can see, it just come with the package, so not much. Just CS wheel, easy. So the first thing you need to do is to know how to set up the wheel correctly. So sorry for the shaking camera. So you see the base, you see the arrow going that way. You need to make sure that the bins inside match with the where the arrow is going. So you see the arrow is going that way, so the bins need to be going that way as well. If you mount it in a different way, in any way, it won't work. So you gotta mount it where the bins and the arrow direction match. Alright, let's mount this real quick. And you hear the click. Here we go. So now that is done and mounted, I'm gonna go in the back and turn it on right here in the power button. You up long and you left, you leave, and after that, you're gonna see the light start coming on. That means that it's getting to connect himself. Alright, this is done. So now we talk about how to set it up. So once that is done, the first thing you're gonna see is here Moza pit house that you can install using the Moza website or whatever you want. So basically, your wheel is supposed to display here, but for some reason it's not. The same for the base. I don't know why they are not. You usually display like a kind of icon with them. So maybe I need to disinstall Mozilla House, install again, which I may do maybe next time. So everything is important here. You have the different tabs here, but I mainly have the wheelbase first. You need to configure and the calibration also and everything. So first thing you can do is just, for example, go on the wheel, do the calibration of the wheel, go to the pedal, calibrate them here if you want to. The clutch is automatically, I don't use clutch. The brake as well, you can just see how you can how it's working. It has I think it come with I cannot use 100% brake because it's too hard for my liking, so I just bring it down to 80. There is different mode, I guess, but I just use the straight one, which is I'm more familiar with. And after that, it's fine. There is a auto ratio for the brakes calibration, which is mainly for the load cell. Depending where you set it up, you can be set it up more to less have the feel of the load cell, which can have the same feel as G29 if it's 100. If it's 100%, which means every time you brake it's a load cell, 100% load cell, which is very hard for the knee and very hard for your legs. So I just put it, some people put it at 70. May I just leave it at 60. 60 is my sweet spot. I will recommend put it at 50 first, and you keep moving until you find your sweet spot basically. For the throttle, same thing. You can try any different curve. Some of the friend I have of mine using this curve, which make allow him the first touch of the power gonna take him right above 40%, but it make me spin most of the time. So I just prefer using straight basically and having the same feeling. So here as well 90% because I left a little bit of a dead zone because I don't because sometimes I think I'm full power and I'm not. So just having a little bit of dead zone. You can do the same to have the little bit of dead zone of the brake as well. Just feel how you're doing. So let's go to back to here, which is the main thing. So you have different preset mode. When you're playing iRacing or drift, you can use that. If you play iRacing Formula 4, Formula 1, you can use that. The GT as well, different depending on which one you're using. You can there are different presets that they have already in here. Karting, performance, which is official or whatever, or rally, truck as well. Me, I only use mainly two of them. Formula 1, I create my own preset, which is F1 test, and I only use it for when I play F1 24. If I play iRacing, any type of car, I usually just have a preset. But if you want to go and be more picky, you can go and have a different profile for each type of car you are driving in iRacing. After that is done, so I'm gonna show you my preset of Formula One and my preset of iRacing, so you can pause the video and try it out if you want to. So the maximum steering angle, like 420. This one is gonna match the one in the game for the Formula One game as well. So this is important to keep it. So I'm gonna finish with this in last. So the soft limit stiffness is a new stuff that comes not long ago with a new upgrade. You can take it to 9, 10. It depends. Just has a explanation said depending on when you're reaching the limit of the wheel, how strong you want the wheel to resist you or not. I don't like it, so I just leave it as soft. The first feedback, this one is very important. So 50, I'm cool with that when I'm playing F1. You will see when I'm playing iRacing, I put it to 70, but because I feel like 70 in iRacing is more. I feel the game is better. The wheel you see is R, so all of these you can make a copy of it and use it if you want to. Advanced setting. This is my damping, natural friction, everything. Same thing. I don't know all of them. I don't try. Just try to play with the games and have a friend who's been using Moza a lot and have him have give me his setup and I try to tweak it to my liking basically. So this is what's most important now is just having this maximum steering wheel angle at 420. And now we go to the F1 game. I think I have it open. So let me just have it there. Here you go. So now you go to F1 game. Slow. So my wheel is not responding somehow, but I think it's because I need to I need to close the game and open it again because I think I turn it off and turn on the wheel in the meantime. Alright, let's close the game and open it again and try again. And while the game is loading, yes, I'm using Steam, no issue with that. You can forward this part if you think, but otherwise, stick with me. Anyway, I don't like doing videos and have a cut. I don't have much time on that, so I just make a live, and you guys can fast forward the part you do not like, basically. So now that the wheel is hooked up and everything is set up, you can play with the model pit house to do whatever you feel like doing. So let me decrease the volume of that, but it's not matter.
Pick component box.
So you can also see on top of the screen my performance while I'm using. Well, right now I'm streaming and the game is running, and you can see my graphic card, my CPU are doing really great. So have that in mind, and which tell how my PC is doing basically. So the first thing we go to settings. I already have my setup on, so this is fine. The graphics setting, I'm not gonna. There is plenty of video of people having that, but what is important is just have this set up the way you want it. This part is the most important part. Maximum FPS, you need to make a limit on it. Set it up to 110 and you go to the benchmark mode, you test by yourself and seeing how your FPS move. If the FPS is not enough to play, come back here and play with the maximum FPS as well. Always try to not use the maximum FPS given by the benchmark. Try to go like a few value lower because that's gonna allow your GPU to could never be at 99%, for example. All right, so let's go back to the where is it? Okay, here you go. The general setting is something to your preference, so I'm not holding that much. So now I have that's something I set it up already. It's my Moza R9 wheel, which I set. So I'm gonna show you what I have setting up. First is the calibration. Steering rate 100%, which means like it's gonna match whatever I'm doing, no more anything. So I'm just saying 100%. Everything else, the muzzle, wheel, and pedal, and total dead zone, I can set it up to 1, just to avoid when I just to rest my feet on the pedals and having any input basically. Same for the brake dead zone, total saturation, and everything. After that, vibration and force feedback is on. Force feedback 100%. I feel that is I can you can increase it depending on your liking. On track effect, I set it to 85. So this is my setting. Just try it out. If you don't like it, just make it you like it. What I was trying to do is the maximal wheel rotation. I put it to 100, 420, which match what I have in the Moza Pit House. Maximum steering angle as well is 120. So make sure whatever you have here match with what you have in the game as well. That's like so like that you know that at least that's how I feel it. So you should do the same thing. If you don't like it, do your own way. Here we go. So after that, it's just how you set the button, which depends on what type of wheel you're gonna use. Some people are gonna use a CS wheel house mount. Some people are gonna use more advanced wheels. So just do it how you feel like it. This is my setup, how I set it up. So you can try it out, and I'm sure in the future more I'm using this wheel, I may have to tweak it, but at least in the beginning this is how I have it set it up. So you just go how you like it. It's nothing a big deal, to be honest. So That is that. So now to make this video short, I'm gonna try to go on iRacing because there's nothing much to set here. I already show you everything set when it comes to the wheel and the base, so the strength and everything. Then after that you go to the game and just set it up the way you want it. But you can always pause the video and see how I set it up. If you have any question, feel free to reach out or send me a comment. I will love it. So anyway, let's go again. So this is good. So now let's go to iRacing and check what I have there. Moza Pit House again. Alright. So now if you try to go to performance, iRacing, which one the one I have, you can see my steering angle is way higher, 900. So we should different 420 in because in iRacing you have a different type of cars, so we should require different type of driving. So I just set it up for 900. Same thing, the soft limit stiffness is the same. But the game force feedback is all the way to 70 because it's more realistic, I would say, in iRacing. So I feel like having 70 is the perfect spot for me. The maximum I use a maximum output torque there. I need all of the wheelbase can offer. I'm using it there. So as if you remember in F1, I was using the same as well. The only difference was just the force feedback at 50. When you go to iRacing, I'm using it at 70. Basically, that's the only main difference I would say. The pedal are the same. I like the same feeling of the pedal of the braking and everything the same. But now let's try to go iRacing. Let me try to hop in a drive session, I guess, and see how I can a test drive. Let's do a test drive and see what else I can show you. So while it's loading, it's gonna display in the screen in a few minutes. Uh, so basically, it's nothing a big deal to be honest, but it can be overwhelming when you just start up from G29 to moza. But the main setup are mainly the maximum wheel uh, steering angle. After that, there is the wheelbase force feedback you want to set up. Those are the main. After that, the pedals and the brakes, all of those depends on your preference and how you like it. You can both pause this video like I said and just do your like it. So if you go here as well, and this you're gonna do the steering angle as well, do the calibration, pedals, gearbox, everything as it is. Wheel range 898 you can take it to 900 because I set mine to 900, so make it 900 the same. It's gonna be the same. So whatever you set in your moza pit, make sure the wheel range is set to that as well. I have load cell brake, so everything else is fine. You can pause the video and see how I set it up. There's nothing, it's just the same thing. I don't use anything else about intellect driving line. This is my driving aids and it's worked so far for me. The same thing, just I'm gonna go in through each tabs and I'm gonna let you just see how I set it up. So the same here, graphic, not much big deal. I'm using one big monitor which is a TV and everything else are fine. I think what's more important else is the control button. So I set the big button to come in and come out, like in here I guess. Exit the car, this one. Just look left and right if you want to, but after that this is where it's more important. In car system, this is my setup. Pause the videos and check it out. I'm sure a lot of people made videos to explain every single of these settings, how they work, but I don't want to make the video too long, so just have it a go. So not much of big deal. So after that, you should be good to go and have a test and just have fun with it. So once you have that, you just go hop to the car, have a little tour, and just enjoy it. And I'm sure I'm guys gonna show you. You guys know how to drive better than I do. I'm a new beginner. I'm just having my D license in most of the track, so I don't even know this track yet. So yeah. Basically, that's how it's gonna be. Just go straight all the time. It's gonna work for you. Alright, guys, thank you for watching these videos and drop me a like if that's something you can do. Bye.